Looking down at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Chargers, Patriots, both off wins week 1. The two highest scoring teams in football a year ago. About to tangle. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here. San Diego has won the toss, wants the football. They'll see it first. What do you expect here?
Keep it away from New England's offense. What do I expect? Two prolific offensive teams. We know about the quarterbacks. Which team is going to be able to hit the other team's quarterback? Jim, I think that's going to be a huge key to today's game.
Well, it's a beautiful day here. It's 63. It is gusty, Phil. Gust up to 20-mile-an-hour winds. Steve Gostowski will be kicking to Richard Goodman, who's about 3 yards deep. And here we go. And as Goodman crossed the 10, sprinting to the 20, where he is leveled right there. Tracy White on the hit, 24-yard return. Phillip Rivers, fresh off a 300-yard performance last week. He's just 4 yards away from 20,000 on his career passing yards. McNeil, he's a good one on that left side. Very familiar faces on that line for the Chargers. Gates caught 8 balls last week. Matthews, the second-year running back, is gaining confidence. He's lined up behind Rivers, who will take it under center. Take the snap from Hartley. And they're going Matthews. Matthews with a big hole, and he's got a quick 7 into that New England defense, which surrendered over 400 yards passing Monday night in the win down at Miami, but Henne had a big game against them. Here's their front. Ellis, the former Jet. Wilford, the anchor. Love and Carter, who's come over this year. Mayo, the man in that linebacking core, so dangerous. And McCourty, who had his first NFL interception last year against San Diego, against Rivers, and a game won by a field goal by the Patriots out west. Second down and 3 on the ground again. A good run again. This one for 5. Matthews has the first. All right, Phil, set it up for us here. Philosophy.
So many weapons on San Diego's offense. We know about Antonio Gates, Vincent Jackson, but Mike Tolbert, all the running backs, able to run routes to help pick up third down. Tolbert goes inside, comes back out, and this is what's really impressive about him, is how he can get the extra yards in tough situations to get those first downs. Matthews, he's confident, running hard, he's healthy. First rounder a year ago. Now they're going to throw, and a flag's down and waving off the play. He's tossing it to Malcolm Floyd. And here's Walt Anderson.
False start, number 83, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, Norv Turner picked up his 100th.
About this game.
He's got his 100th win last week in the victory over Minnesota. And he's won that division out west 3 of his 4 years. First and 15. Play action, good time. Rivers flings it. Man's wide open. It's Vincent Jackson to the New England side of the field at the 45. And we've got an update right back to James Brown in New York.
Hey, Jim and Phil, a back and forth affair in Buffalo. Take a look at it, Danny.
And what a game here. 4th and 1, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and uncovered David Nelson for the touchdown. 38-35 Buffalo with 14 seconds left.
Still time on the clock, as Dan just mentioned. We'll keep you updated. Back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
Wow, what a shootout that has been. Fitzpatrick with 3 more touchdown passes today in that one. First and 10 from the New England 45. And Matthews collides with a couple of Patriots right away, including Patrick Chung, 2-yard gain.
I think when you look at this San Diego offense, Jim, I think Norv Turner right away wins the coin flip, says let us have the ball because he wants to set the tempo to this game. I think they're very confident about their offense against New England's defense.
And second down and 8. Gates in motion to the far right side. And that pass wide of a wide open Ryan Matthews.
Well, I think, you know, as you watch the San Diego offense too, you know, Norv Turner, Philip Rivers said, will New England's defense play us the same way they did the Miami Dolphins? And if they do, they said, we are going to throw it down the field. They cannot cover us on the outside. Malcolm Floyd, Vincent Jackson, one-on-one. That's what they think.
So Rivers again under center, even though it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 8. Tolbert lines up behind him. And Rivers goes down the right side and over the head of Vincent Jackson, no flag. So Rivers got his 20,000 career passing yardage, but the drive ends.
Look down the field, Jim. Here's man-to-man coverage. Arrington on the inside, Malcolm Floyd on the outside covered, Vincent Jackson one-on-one. No, that's Antonio Gates against Dowling. Nobody open for Philip Rivers to throw to.
So Cypress to Welker. Cypress just a hero last week, got a game ball, having the pinch hit as the place kicker after Nate Kading blew out a knee on the opening kickoff, and that's Goodman downing it at the 6. 34-yard punt, really getting the job done right there by Cypress. And here comes Tom Brady, fresh off 5-17, 5th best performance by yardage in the history of the league, including 4 touchdown passes, including the 12th touchdown play from scrimmage in history that went for 99 yards.
I don't know what was more impressive Monday night. Tom Brady, the protection was wonderful, but the receivers got open. Every time there was a one-on-one coverage, he got it done.
Going to go right to the gun from the 8. And a quick toss. It's Deion Branch for 10. Donald Butler on the hit, but a first down.
Well, when you see the Patriots throw it outside in this screen game, and they're going to throw screens, of course, for the running back, tight ends, and to Deion Branch, it's just their way of opening up and saying, we're going to run a sweep. It's just the sweep that most teams have this day and age. Why run it when you can get a wide receiver out in a situation like that?
On first down, it's Green Ellis. Squeezes through a little hole, going low, and still pedaling out to the 25 for 6. Well, there's some changes on that offensive front with Copen out with a broken fibula. So Connolly, his first start ever at center with Brian Waters, the 5-time Pro Bowler, recently signed, former Chief, taking over at right guard. And there's Welker, who had that 160-yard performance against the Dolphins that included that 99-yard touchdown.
56.
2nd down and 4. Brady with pressure, and he is knocked down. And there is the sack. A loss of 6. Sean Phillips.
Sean Phillips to the right on Gronkowski one-on-one. And what you want to do when you're a 3-4 defense, which the San Diego Chargers are, you want to get your outside linebackers against running backs and tight ends. And Sean Phillips, one of the best rushers in the NFL from the outside position. That's a tough match for Rob Gronkowski.
Sets up a 3rd and long. Call 3rd and 10. Pressure up the middle. Pass away, and it is caught. Boy, it was precise as Welker has the first down, and we've got another update. So right down the road to New York we go.
Jim, can Oakland pull it off with the Hail Mary?
And Jason Campbell, you know, he has the arm, no time left on the clock. He puts it up in the air in the end zone, and Denoris Searcy comes up with the interception for Buffalo, and Buffalo wins.
5 lead changes. Buffalo nails it. Jim and Phil.
All right, Buffalo 2-0, and next week we'll be hosting the New England Patriots. There's Connolly with Brady taking the direct snap on first down. Now able to get the time he wants. He's got Hernandez at the San Diego 48. Picks up 16.
San Diego sitting back in the zone defense. Play action fake. What does it do? It gives the receivers more time to get down the field, spread the defense. That's why Aaron Hernandez was wide open on the left side.
Brady has hit his first three. He's going on the ground with Green Ellis. Again, stepping around a lot of congestion and picking up 4. That San Diego defense last week gave up only 28 net passing yards against Minnesota. And Legit is their first rounder out of Illinois. He had a good game last week. Spikes coming over, providing some leadership. Same thing goes for Bob Sanders, the former NFL Defender of the Year back in 07, the former Colt.
Diamond. Yeah.
2nd and 6.
Alpha, go!
Green Ellis holds on, even with the big hit by LeBoy. So it'll set up 3rd and short. I'd like to welcome all of you who saw the Buffalo Bills pull it off on a 4th and 1 touchdown pass to beat the Raiders and improve the record now to 2-0. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And a timeout called by New England.
This is the first Charge timeout.
Chargers took the
New
opening
England.
kickoff, advanced to the New England side of the field, but then had the punt from the 45. And now Brady has the Patriots driving, facing 3rd and short out of the timeout. How about a little philosophy from the New England side?
Well, what do you pick from when you're looking at the New England Patriots? Aaron Hernandez circle going up the field just to show you how much he's improved from last year. But the little shake, when he comes into the game, most defenses have to treat him as a wide receiver. And you say, well, what's the big deal? Well, when you bring in an extra defensive back to cover Aaron Hernandez, it weakens your run defense. And all of a sudden, now we got Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, Danny Woodhead running in there and getting 5 and 6 yards because your defense is trying to protect against the pass.
Hernandez, those were career numbers last week. The 7 catches, the 103 yards, and a touchdown.
Wait, 20, wait!
3rd and 2. And Green Ellis has the first down and bumped out of bounds by Bob Sanders. The drive continues. Gain of 6. So Brady and the Patriots have converted a couple of times now on 3rd down, including a 3rd and 10 pass play to Wes Welker. Pass perfectly threaded, past a couple of defenders, and now they've got a new set of downs on the San Diego 34. It's Danny Woodhead. And he runs into Spikes and 4 other Chargers. Gain of 5.
Let's watch Danny Woodhead from behind as he takes it wide. What I like about him so much, boy, 2. A nice cut to get into the hole, and then the second cut to get the couple extra yards against Spikes. Here it is. He's up, boom, and then back inside again. Danny Woodhead is an excellent running back. He is so quick, precise, has carried the ball his whole life, so he recognizes when to make those cuts.
On 2nd and 5, and Brady pass deflected. Boy, he had one Charger in on him in a hurry. It was LeBoy, and there was a block at the last minute to save the quarterback.
Well, it was Danny Woodhead at the last second, the play action fake. Big part of the Patriots game today. But LeBoy does a good job on the ground. Don't give up. When you're playing zone defense, sometimes it gives you about an extra half a second of rush time. And LeBoy takes advantage of it and gets to Tom Brady.
Anytime you see a little traffic below the knees for Brady, and the heart stops around here for a lot of the Patriot fans. Remembering what's happened at the start of the 08 season in the opener. And there's a perfectly thrown ball, too. It's Ocho Cinco with a flag down.
Man, listen to the crowd.
Pass interference, number 32, defense. Penalty is declined. The result of the play is completed pass. First down.
A little welcome from the crowd here to New England for Ocho Cinco.
What's going to happen when he catches the touchdown? What a catch. Cason all over him. Tom Brady decides not to go to Wes Welker's side because the defense was watching him. So immediately he turns to the backside. Ocho Cinco one-on-one wins the battle.
Brady has already thrown for more yardage than McNabb did all 4 quarters last week in the game out at San Diego.
Right here. White 20.
It's a first down at the 14. Looks left, goes right, and it is caught. Oh, and he lost the ball at the last minute. It's ruled touchdown on the field. That's Aaron Hernandez.
Ruled touchdown on the field, but it could be, it will be reviewed.
Bob
Hernandez.
Sanders saying, hey, the ball, when he went to the ground, the ball popped out.
In the slot, throw it to the big guy, goes down the field, it pops out. He does have possession. Does he complete the process? Bob Sanders has his hand in there. Terrific job.
And now before they can attempt the extra point, all touchdowns being reviewed. And this one will get an extra stare. Will it hold up? Will it be a 92-yard touchdown drive? No, they've already gotten the word.
It's good.
It's going to count as a touchdown. Hernandez from 14 out. Gostowski adds the extra point. 14-yard hookup. Brady to Hernandez. And a 92-yard drive and a touchdown. Sanders tried to strip it out, but it was ruled that Hernandez had control all the way to the ground, long enough for it to hold up as a touchdown. And the second-year man, just 21 years old, in his second year out of Florida.
Not a confidence builder for the San Diego defense. Wes Welker was wide open for a touchdown too.
And Gostowski sends it all the way to the back of the end zone. And the Chargers' next drive will commence at the 20. Rivers and the Chargers down a quick 7.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. And by Verizon 4G LTE. Built so you can rule the air.
Aerial coverage on this sunny day in Foxborough, provided by DirecTV. Second drive of the game for the Chargers. And open for a little screen pass to Matthews. And out to the 25, brought down by Patrick Chung.
Well, Jim, the touchdown, Tom Brady, when in doubt, throw it up. That's what they're covered. Remember, they're still open. Aaron Hernandez, Rob Gronkowski, all these guys can go up and get the football. And on the other side, his first read, he didn't give it time. Top of your screen, Wes Welker, good move. Look at this. Is he open? Yes.
For Brady, that was his 18th straight regular season game with at least one touchdown pass. On 2nd and 5. Again,
that's a lateral.
And it goes out of bounds. Remember, that was an issue in a game last year.
Yeah, it sure was. New England got a nice call their way, you and I argued about. And let's see if it was or wasn't.
Last year it was to Hester and it ruled it was a lateral. This one's ruled an incompletion.
Yeah, it does. It's close, so it definitely looked like it went forward a couple inches. But after that first drive, you understand why Norv Turner said, we need to control the ball. They were worried about New England's offense.
Brian Walters has come in as the third receiver for Rivers. 3rd down and 5. What a catch, plucked out of the air by Floyd. And he had several Patriots right around him, but he outjumped them for 23.
I was getting ready. What an awful pass. The coverage is fantastic down the field. Dowling underneath. Look at this number 30, Barrett. He's going to jump up and intercept it, but that's what you get when you have big, tall receivers who go up and catch the football at the height of the throw. Awesome job by Malcolm Floyd.
And it's now 2 pass plays that have covered more than 20 yards for San Diego. And a new set of downs at the 48. Tolbert, who had 3 touchdowns in the victory over the Vikings, has a quick 5.
I know Norv Turner talking about this game, confident. I will say this real quick to all the fans. The Patriots defense is very aggressive. They are playing a lot of man-to-man against these wide receivers. But what did he say to us, Jim? Man, I don't think we can run it inside. And it's going to be hard to go outside because they set the edge. Well, shoot, or you're going to run it. But that's 3 times now they've gone up the middle and gotten good runs so far in this game.
Yeah, twice by Matthews and that one by Tolbert, who gets the call again. This time the middle is plugged. And that's only a yard. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Now you got Albert Hainsworth and Vince Wilfork in there. Look at that. That's 2 huge men. Oh, look at that. Sergio Brown, the safety. Look how quick he's up in there. They don't have enough guys to block the safety too.
Now Rivers will go shotgun. Down the right sideline, and Floyd again comes up with the big catch and is bumped out of bounds. 2 spectacular grabs by Floyd on this series. This one for 36.
I think that is the word. The word is spectacular. Tight coverage once again. Floyd, Devin McCourty, he's all over it. But it's so prevalent in today's game. And what did I say last week? If you can't throw those footballs up high now and behind your receivers to make these type of plays, you are falling behind in the pass game in the NFL.
Wow, look at this with the high-speed cameras. Right over McCourty. Floyd a little dinged on that play after he ran it out, so he goes to the sideline. Both of those catches by Floyd coming on 3rd down, and it's Matthews to the end zone for the touchdown.
What a drive. What you believe in made the drive. Norv Turner, big receivers, throw it down the field, 2 big plays, and then just a little delayed draw inside. Ryan Matthews, are they excited about? He's healthy, got some training camp in him, and the biggest thing of all, talent with confidence gives you good plays on the field.
Nick Novak is the new place kicker for the Chargers. After Kading had to go on injured reserve, and the extra point, it's good. And 7 plays in 80 yards, 59 of the yardage picked up by Floyd. The last of it, a burst by Matthews to the end zone to tie it at 7. Floyd, I mentioned, he got dinged on that 36-yard pass play.
I think one of the things they're excited about, Jim, here today, San Diego, just having Vincent Jackson, Malcolm Floyd. Last year they played. Neither one of them were available.
Yeah, their wide receiving core is kind of like what the Raiders had going into Buffalo today. All the big guns were out. So Novak, in his first kickoff, is woefully short, up to the 20. That is Edelman. And Edelman running roughshod out to the 37. Now those receivers for the Chargers already have more yardage than they did all of last week. It's tied at 7, first quarter.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV. This season, NFL Sunday Ticket is included when you switch. And by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking. Get to a better state.
Jim Nantz and Phil Simms back here at Gillette Stadium. Last week, that's all they allowed to McNabb and the Vikings, 28 net pass yards.
72 today. Well, they played the wishbone last week. This week they're playing the run and shoot.
You saw the new defensive coordinator for the Chargers as the play goes to Green Ellis. Out to the 41. Greg Mineski is the new D coordinator for this Charger defense. That picks up 4.
Jim, let's look at the touchdown. Gerard Mayo, number 51, a 4-3 defense, the weak side linebacker. Everybody does their job. He should be in that hole, make that tackle. There should have been no gain. So getting used to a new position, a new defense, and over pursuing always a bad thing for a defense, and San Diego took advantage of it.
2nd and 6. And the toss to Breen Ellis. And he is smothered out at the 44, picks up 3, 3rd and about 3 on the way.
I tell you, you can tell. We talked, of course, we had the opportunity to talk to the Chargers yesterday. They were very confident, excited to play the game because they're a healthy football team. But did you see that sideline erupt when they scored? The emotion, because kind of like last week, Jim, Baltimore-Pittsburgh, sometimes you just get tired of hearing about the other team.
I think that's the case for sure on that San Diego side.
Tight formation.
Flags are out. Brady's throw caught by Woodhead. Plenty of room for a first down. Check the flag. Looked like San Diego jumped.
Offside. Number 98, defense. The penalty is declined. Result of the play is a completed pass for a first down.
And they're already back to the line of scrimmage after that 9-yard gain.
2 quarterbacks, maybe the 2 best in the NFL, using the snap count.
Quickly they go back to Woodhead. LeBoy turns around. There's a flag down on this play too. Run picked up about 4.
Holding number 87, offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Big Rob Gronkowski. We had a visit with him this week, Phil.
Yeah, on the outside, number 87. Here he is, Rob Gronkowski. Oh, he's got a little hold of the jersey, not that bad. It was inside. That's what they teach you. He's done it well, blocking on the outside. That's how the New England offense, the runs get out there.
Makes it a first down now. All the way back out to the 43. 1st and 20, and Brady fakes the throw, has all kinds of time. There's Woodhead at midfield, and he is pancaked at that point. Gets 7 yards back. They're going no huddle.
Well, they're trying to go fast. The pace, when you go at a quick pace, which they love, you hope the defense, they get tired, but they make a mental mistake. That's where they get you.
On 2nd and 13. And it's Hernandez again, and he ducks at the 44. Trying to control that tempo of that New England offense. There it is, Minuski telling us that's the key. We got to show poise.
Yep, poise, and of course they worked on it all week, but you can practice it. It's a whole different thing when you see it in the game.
Call it 3rd and 7. Brady able to pick up the first. It's Deion Branch to the 28. So it was 1st and 20. They stay in that hurry-up attack, and they're able to regain the yardage lost on the penalty and plenty more. 17 for Branch.
Sean Phillips is down.
Yeah, it's Phillips who's down. We've got an injury timeout. Patriots have now converted on all 5 of their 3rd down situations.
Looks like Sean Phillips could have a cramp during that timeout when we were away. Tom Brady didn't quite buy the fact that he was not able to continue to play.
Thought it was a move to try to slow down the attack as Brady again finds Hernandez to the 22. That'll be the last play of the quarter. 7-7 after 1. We'll return after these messages, and you're watching the NFL on CBS. Well, we start the 2nd quarter. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms. Brady was 11 of 12 in that 1st quarter for 121 yards. That's how you back up 517 yards. Quick throw over to Welker, and he's got first down.
Well, Jim, let's go back. Sean Phillips, you see, 95 going down, still out of the game. We'll try to show you the rest. And the Patriots slow down their offense.
Woodhead cuts back to the middle and is buried there after a run of 3.
One of the reasons why they hurry up the offense, we've told you, confuse the defense, tire them out, and so they can't get substitutions. Patriots spread the field, and they're going against all the big people of the San Diego Chargers.
2nd and 7, and he steps up and he's going to run it. Flag is down. Brady slides to the 6.
While the quarterback was in the pocket, illegal contact, number 51, defense. The penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal from the end of the run, first down.
And you saw Phillips comes back into the lineup for the San Diego defense.
Antonio Garay is down now behind the New England huddle.
So the Patriots keep on moving, and with Garay needing some assistance, we've got another injury timeout.
Tom Brady, a lot of teams try to slow it down on him, so he's always suspicious when somebody goes down with an injury. John Phillips, though, missed about 4 plays.
On 1st and goal, Brady to the end zone and was going back for Hernandez, trying to get a touchdown to Hernandez for the 2nd time.
Anytime you're inside the 10-yard line against the Patriots, if you're an inside defender, safety, linebacker, never go for the run fake. Sit there, make sure you see it handed off before you run, because the Patriots get more touchdowns out of that pop pass than anybody in the league.
Rivers getting anxious watching. 2nd and goal.
Now what he's doing, he's just picking out the best play for the defense that he sees.
Woodhead. And right into the arms of a couple of Chargers, including Takeo Spikes.
I heard Bill Cowher on the pregame show, what you do to Tom Brady, you disguise your defense. Confusing. That's a great thought. But the problem is, if you wait too long, he'll quick snap you, and you'll be out of position to make the play where you're supposed to. So he uses his snap count to make the defense declare, so then he can decide.
Well, it's 3rd and goal, and they've been perfect on 3rd down so far. 5 of 5. Brady, again, all kinds of time, back of the end zone and over the head of Branch. So after all of that, they'll bring out Gostowski for a field goal try.
Well, I was going to say, I hate this defense. Tom Brady, look at the time. And there is a receiver uncovered in the end zone, and he misses him. Because when you have a 3-man rush, he gets that extra time. He doesn't panic. Usually good quarterbacks end up getting completions there.
Danny Aiken will snap it back to Zoltan Mesko. And Gostowski will try it, 22 yards, and a kick is good. So 1 minute and 40 seconds into the 2nd quarter. Belichick's Patriots up 10-7. Unforgettable, and it premieres this Tuesday, only CBS.
Well, I will say New England, Norv Turner, Greg Minuski, they got to be excited. Way to go, guys. We bit, we didn't break. That was a victory for the Chargers defense, just giving up 3.
So kicking into the wind and a little hesitation, but he's going to bring it out. That's Goodman for about the 25. Well, if you go by real time, it's been 22 minutes since Rivers was on the field. So we make it 23 now. That last drive was a good one.
Trust your receivers. Phillip Rivers has thrown these footballs so many times in his career to those big, tall guys. And Ryan Matthews, over the foot injury, legs are feeling good. Showed some quickness there. And speed, which he has tremendous straightaway speed.
Malcolm Floyd has been stretched out, but he's back in the game, lined up on the left side. Little fake, and Rivers wanting to go long, and he heaves it. And very nearly with a play on it. It's McCourty. There is a flag down. They may have hit Rivers late. It was Andre Carter who came crashing in on the quarterback.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 93 defense, striking the quarterback with the hairline of the helmet. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Andre Carter, number 93, coming on the inside. He wrapped him up, held him, and then drove it into the ground, which is illegal. This is a tough call. All defensive players, ex-defensive players, are going to complain about it, but always say the same thing. They're trying to protect all the players in the NFL.
I'll tell you, Rivers looks like he had the wind knocked out of him. You almost have to think this will be a running play. He is still, even in that march up to the huddle, half hunched over on 1st and 10. They do run it with Matthews for about 4. Mayo is there. Ninkovich as well. Maybe
Jim,
5.
When it was a personal foul because he wrapped him and drove him into the ground. And that's what it was. If he'd have wrapped him and once he was taking him in the ground, just kind of ease up or whatever. Of course, it's so hard to do because that was truly picture perfect form on how to tackle the person who has the football. But it's a new league.
2nd and 5. Toss it to Matthews. Tried to get a running start. Mayo trying to strip him. And it gains 2. Well, San Diego, you talked about it, wants to slow this pace down.
Well, it's hard. You know, you got to be careful. There's a fine line to go where you slow it down, and if you're not careful, what do? You take the rhythm and momentum away from your offense. But Norv Turner, good example. 2nd and 2, he goes, that's a great throwing down for me. But maybe in this game we'll run it, hoping to get a first down, take some time, move the chains, and once again, keep that Patriots offense on the sideline.
3rd and 4. Gates has not been targeted once. And Rivers to Jackson inside the 30 and down to the New England 25 with Arrington having to chase after him and bring him down after a gain of 28.
Vincent Jackson just has everything. He's fast, number 83, going across the field. It's a safety in the middle, so very tough to cover him in a situation like that. Usually he split out to the sideline where you can use the sideline as help, but not that time. Fast, at least 6'5". Philip Rivers put it right on the money.
Tolbert flanking the quarterback. Hester now in motion.
Maybe that'll back New England's defense off a little bit.
On 1st down. Over to Tolbert. Rams heads, keeps going. Boy, does he run low, all the way down to the 5.
Unbelievable. Look at him. When you see Mike Tolbert, what do you think? Hey, it looks like Don Nottingham, the old Baltimore Colts. But Norv Turner singled him out last night. You could split him out, and he's capable of doing it. Look how low he got, stays in bounds. Excellent hands. And this is what he does. He just brings an element to this Chargers offense that everybody needs on both sides of the ball in the NFL. Toughness, that's what he brings.
Boy, I don't know how he kept his balance and stayed in bounds, tiptoed around it, but never touched the line.
Big man, little feet.
Matthews on 1st and goal is the running back, and he gets the carry to the short side, and he got about halfway home, pushed out by Barrett.
Well, confidence, of course, is growing in the rhythm like you talk about this Chargers offense. Maybe they're sitting there going, oh, what the heck. Let's just go for it and see if we can have a high-scoring, outscore game.
Tolbert, after taking 1 play off, returns to the backfield. Remember, he had 3 touchdowns last week. On 2nd and goal. It is Tolbert. And he is stacked up by Ninkovich and others. Chung coming up. No gain.
Well, right here, if you're the offensive play caller, that's Norv Turner. You make your mind up. You go, all right, we could run it twice. If we run it and get inside the 1-yard line, you've already predetermined, I think, we're going to go for the score on 4th down. That always has to be in the back of your head, I think, especially now, because early in the game, because you have a hard time stopping the New England offense.
3rd and goal. They go to the eye and a timeout. 9 minutes to go, first half. A big 3rd and goal from the 2 coming up, 2 yards away from taking the lead. The San Diego Chargers will go shotgun. Rivers, he'll take off for it, and he stops short. About a half-yard shy.
That was still a good run by Philip Rivers. Excellent disguise by the New England defense. And he looked like he's 6 inches away. Of course, Norv Turner knows he's got to go for it.
Novak is not called on. They bring in Hester. They bring in Tolbert. You like this call?
Oh, I absolutely do. You're this close. Regardless of who you're playing, you go for it.
Going with 6 linemen. Tyrone Green, the extra 1. Tolbert, the running back out of the eye. On 4th and goal, it's Tolbert. Tolbert is stopped. Gerard Mayo makes the play, and the Chargers come up empty. The goal line stand. Now the Patriots defense comes up big on 4th and goal. Mayo with the tackle. And now maybe Brady set up for another little 99-yard play to Welker.
Yeah, I don't think they'll all-out blitz here in this situation, the San Diego Chargers. They're back playing safe. Spread them out usually means a quick throw.
It is Welker. And this time it's to the 14. Just a 13-yard play, not like last week.
Yeah, that's right. But watch what happens here. On this side, Jacob Hester, number 22, and Tyrone Green, a tight end, they get pushed in the backfield. They lose. They give up penetration, and it allows number 51, watch Mayo, right in your screen. Cross, shuffling, then gets the chance, goes down low, makes the tackle.
Well, that little pass to Welker a moment ago certainly gets him out of the pinch from inside the 1. Now with a first down fake to Green Ellis. Up the field, and it's Ocho Cinco hurdling to the 43. That's good for 29. Actually, give him 30.
Excellent job. This will really help the confidence of Ocho Cinco. Bob Sanders, one of the safeties on that side, came flying up. Good fake by Tom Brady, waits and run through the football. You know, they're not going to design plays and have that spot on the play sheet that says Ocho Cinco like he had down in Cincinnati. He's just got it. When the opportunity's there, he's got to take advantage of it. Good job by Brady and Ocho Cinco.
Longest play of the game for the Patriots, but not this time, as it's a sack registered by Donald Butler. He got around Woodhead.
56, Donald Butler on the inside, just comes in there. Woodhead not able to square up and make the block, and that is one down. The downside, of course, with Danny Woodhead. Even though he's tough, will explode into pass rushers. They're just so much bigger. They find a way to get around him.
2nd and 17, 2 sacks now by the Chargers defense. And Brady again got a lot of time on this throw, and right over the top of one defender into the arms of Branch to pick up a first down at the San Diego 44.
Well, there's my 3-man rush. And when you, like I said, 3-man rush against a really good veteran quarterback, they will wait. And look at Deion Branch. Look at the space between the linebackers and the safeties.
Ridley is the running back on first down, and the rookie has it off right tackle, and he spins down to the 37. Picks up 6. We got an update in New York, JB.
Trouble for Dallas in San Francisco, Jim.
And Alex Smith drops back against the blitz. He finds Kyle Williams, 12-yard touchdown. 49ers up 14-0.
first career catch for TD for Kyle Williams. Back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
So the Cowboys, thank you guys, opening up on each coast, losing to the Jets and one they should have won. Now down big early, not in San Francisco. Second down, it's Ridley again. And the rookie is a yard shy of the first. He was drafted in the 3rd round out of LSU.
You know, Jim Ridley's a lot like Danny Woodhead. He just carried the ball so much in his life. They have that feel. They sense, they know where to cut. They can read the blocks so easily. And Ridley had a terrific preseason. And of course, we watched him in practice yesterday. And he's tough. Knows how to break a tackle or two, get that extra yard.
3rd and a yard. Green Ellis is back in for him.
Hey, Soko. Fight 20, fight!
They fake the Green Ellis, and they pick up the first with Hernandez. He gets pushed back, but had enough for the first. How about Aaron Hernandez and what he's bringing to this offense? He's starting to look like Brady's favorite target.
Well, I think the biggest thing is Tom Brady says last year he was 50-50. In other words, he could be running wide open, and he might fall down. He says this year, it's 100. What an improvement by Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski, the second-year tight ends, over last year.
First down at the 37, Woodhead. He collides with Butler and falls at the 29.
See, Aaron Hernandez, you're talking about him. Let's see, he's a Drew Bledsoe fan.
Yeah, he grew up, and it was his favorite player. He had his jersey, and he remembers when Bledsoe got hurt, paving the way for Brady to come in. He wasn't happy about it at the time.
How about that now?
Drew was his man. And here we are on 2nd down. And Brady still buying more time. He's got Branch to the 10.
How many guys did they rush? 3-man rush once again. The initial coverage, it's good down the field, but Tom Brady, good job, senses what he's got to do in the pocket.
Picks up 19. And 1st and goal. He fires it, and it is caught. Gronkowski this time with a flag down.
Well, they got to come up with a different plan. Even though you get good coverage, you give him time, he's going to just throw the football through the defense.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 32, defense. The touchdown is good. The 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
How about that, a 99-yard drive?
Tom Brady says 87 to the right of your screen, down the field. This is a tight window. But Rob Gronkowski, Tom Brady says his hands are about a foot long. Put those white gloves on it, he can catch anything.
It's really a 14-point swing from the goal line stop to the 99-yard drive, and Gostkowski adds another point. The 2 tight ends have scored again. One by Hernandez, one by Gronkowski. Here was the goal line stand. And then Brady says 99 yards, no problem, to the 2nd-year man out of Arizona. And it's 17-7. The Beast.
Oh, the Beast, yes. Well, it's nice. We saw Aaron Hernandez catch 1 touchdown where he went up and got it. Rob Gronkowski, big, I'd say at least 6'6", and tough, and able to go in the middle, and no doubt, catch it, take a big hit, and still hold on.
You may have seen it. He's talking to his brother Dan on the bench, who was picked up just a few days before the start of the season. It's the first time these two have ever been on the same team.
How about that? 2 big Gronkowskis on the same team.
So kicking from the 50, just drive it right on through to the Patriot mascot. Thursday on CBS, CYTV Guide calls Person of Interest a must-see mystery. Emmy winner Michael Emerson and Jim Caviezel. Person of Interest premieres this Thursday, only CBS. There they are, the 26-year-old older brother, who's the 3rd tight end in that rotation, with Rob and then Hernandez. 2:49 to go in the half. Floyd is out. He was only in for one play that last series. Tolbert tiptoes around, and he's got room for a first to the 33. Picks up 13. And a flag.
Holding, number 22, offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's still first down.
I was about to credit Hester for the good block, but he's called for the holding.
Yeah, Jacob Hester, 22, leading the way in good position. Again, the hand on the inside. I guess it was the right hand around the back. That's what they saw. Well, Jacob Hester, running back. Really, Malcolm Floyd on the sideline. That's a big deal for this Chargers offense. Patrick Creighton, their third wide receiver, he's not in the game. He was inactive.
So it's a 1st and 13. Again, they have not targeted Gates to this point. It's McMichael, his backup. And a good piece of tackling by Dane Fletcher holds that to a 6-yard gain as we run it down to the 2-minute mark. 2 minutes to go, second quarter, and New England up by 10. And Sean Phillips is heading in early to the locker room. And San Diego defense has seen Brady hit him for 222 yards passing. That's on pace for north of 400 after coming off a 500-yard game. 2nd and 7. There's Jackson. Oh, and he drops it. Would have had the first down.
Yeah, it's big because you look at the clock, 2 timeouts for the New England Patriots. It's man coverage. Vincent Jackson, that's right up his alley. He's so big, there's just no way you can just hit him at the line of scrimmage and think you're going to stop him. And most of the time he goes outside. So when he goes inside like that, he was wide open, didn't make the catch.
What do you make out of the fact Gates has not been thrown to yet after last week targeted 13 times, most in week 1?
Well, Phillip Rivers, the first guy he's looking at has been open.
And first down, he gets it away to Tolbert at the last minute. That was actually 3rd down and about 7, and he's going to be really close to the first. Would have had the first had Jackson held on, so big 3rd down play, and Rivers had all kinds of pressure on him, and now we've got a Patriot down.
I've been watching Gates early in the game, Jim. They were double covering him with the extra guy. This is Patrick Chung, and that is awesome. The contact at the line of scrimmage lets him go before 5 yards. Patrick Chung is a good matchup. He's quick, extremely aggressive, not afraid. I thought he was very impressive Monday night on the defensive side against Miami.
That's Ross I. Dowling, rookie corner for the Patriots, who's down on the field. He was a first-week starter, the 2nd-round pick out of Virginia. They have charged New England with a timeout here inside of 2 minutes. Reminder, coming up, Sprint Halftime Report, JP, Dan, Boomer, Coach Coward, and Chris Jenkins. All the latest scores and highlights, the reports on the early window games.
You know the one thing I took out of the pregame show, didn't you, Jim? Boomer Esiason should sit next to Chris Jenkins all the time. It made him actually look thin.
Oh, there you go.
So just an observation.
That pass play to Tolbert picked up the first down. He needed 7, got 7, and Rivers again unloads it. And that's a catch by Walters. And the clock will keep on running at 1:30. Gain of 6.
Dane Fletcher, 52, comes free. Phillip Rivers has to run right away. Just a simple blitz.
2nd down and 4. Goodman. They have scooped that one off the ground. They rule it a catch on the field. I thought it might have bounced in there. Now they've changed the call. Goodman makes an appeal, but it's ruled incomplete.
Good, got the coverage he wants. Being careful with the football. It's really close, but I thought your call was right.
Boy, on that one, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I'm backtracking fast.
Yeah, you are. Come on back to the front of the booth.
Under 2 minutes, it can be reviewed. It has to be reviewed upstairs.
Well, that would have been a first. Instead, it's 3rd down and 4 with 1:04 to go in the half. And the long heave to Goodman, and he stretches out for it, but does not come away with it.
Boy, Devin McCourty on the coverage. Philip Rivers, pressure all around him, and Devin McCourty loses sight of the football when it's in the air.
Oh, there was a flag on this play, and it's a hold against the Patriots, which will give San Diego the first down. Would have been punting otherwise.
Yeah, I did not hear who the hold was on.
It's called on Bodden.
Oh, Lee Bodden, okay, on the outside, number 23.
So there's a big call and a big break for San Diego. Inside of a minute to go. And holding on this time, it's Jackson at the New England 42.
Well, that's a tough job for Arrington to cover Jackson across the inside. He's expecting help because they got a safety deep and a safety short, but he's running right through the defense.
They have 2 timeouts. That one was good for 18 yards. Losing a lot of time with 30 seconds and incomplete. We'll stop it at 27.
Then we'll go back. Maybe this possession leads 23. Top of your screen, Lee Bodden. Contact us way too long on Vincent Jackson.
Again, coming up, the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Boomer, Coach Cowher, Chris Jenkins. All the scores and highlights coming up here on the Sprint halftime report. Bodden is on Jackson at the top of the screen. Timeout by New England. Patriots last.
New England, 30-second timeout.
Well, Jim, let's look at Antonio Gates to see what he's done so far today. No catches at the line of scrimmage. Patrick Chung on him again. Tight. That time you see the extra defender inside. They help him out. But just not able to separate when he goes down the field. A couple times in this series, they've had him in the backfield blocking to try to give Philip Rivers that extra time.
Last week, targeted 13 times, caught 8 balls for 74 yards.
Well, the 2 guys you worry about on San Diego, Antonio Gates, Vincent Jackson.
Coming out of a New England timeout. San Diego still has 2 timeouts. Facing a 2nd and 10. And movement by McNeil.
False start, number 73, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
This will be, if the Chargers can just scrape a field goal out of this, you know, Jim, it would be so huge going in at halftime.
And remember, they have that newly signed kicker, Nick Novak, who they'd be calling on if they have to settle for a field goal try. They're well out of range right now, but not after that catch by Jackson. Now they take a timeout. Able to grab that right between Arrington and Ihedebo for 18.
Same defense, same technique. They're going to let him, Vincent Jackson, he gets inside, that's proper, but the throw gets there before the safety can come over and help. So that's the weak spot of the defense. A lot of NFL teams can't take advantage of that with a guy like Jackson and Rivers putting the throw in there.
Vincent Jackson is in a crouched position in the San Diego huddle. Now upright. Got a little dinged after that collision. Novak, this would be about 47 yards from right here.
And it is downwind. Not that it's a strong wind, but it's enough to give you that extra little confidence boost.
With 19 seconds and a new set of downs, Rivers intercepted by Wilfork. Vince Wilfork with a game changer down to the San Diego 30.
I think Vince Wilfork's going to take that football home.
Yes, he is.
It's probably the first time he's running down the field going, wish I'd have lost a couple pounds during the offseason, but just shows you what type of athlete he is. He's big, of course, can stop the run with as good as anybody in the NFL.
Ruling on the field was an interception, and during the return of the interception, illegal block in the back, number 32, defense. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It'll be first down.
That is the first career interception for Wilfork. Now that penalty on McCourty, who comes over to congratulate him, is a big one because the return had him in field goal range with 9 seconds. And remember, New England's out of timeouts. Boy, San Diego, Norv Turner's got to be saying we've had our chances here.
They got to look at it and say we have lost at least 10 points. The Vince Wilfork recognizing the quick throw by Phillip Rivers gets his hands up.
How big was that penalty, though? Would have had it inside the 30 and would have been definitely a Gostowski kick from somewhere around mid-40s if they did not pick up anything on one snap.
All you have to do is protect the sidelines. Well, they're going to give them 10 yards, it looks like.
Branch steps out at the 37. That only took 3 seconds.
And that was
too easy.
That wasn't conservative. That was off the charts conservative.
With 6 seconds instead of going 55-yard field goal. One more quick throw. And again, Branch jumps out. And it's just amazing to see how open Branch was on both plays.
Tom Brady that time faked inside, and the defense went in there. You don't have to go for the fake, Jim, because it doesn't matter. Protect the sideline. Watch Brady's little flinch. That stopped it. That's why Branch was wide open on the sideline.
It's going to be a 47-yard field goal try to close out the half. Stephen Gostowski. And the kick is good. 10 points by New England in the final 3 minutes. The last 3 set up by the Wilfork interception. The first pick of Wilfork's career. There's a rare sight. Tolbert was trying to reach in for a strip, and at that point Wilfork says, I'm going to cradle that baby.
In a crowd, 2 hands on it.
Norv Turner's reaction to that giveaway that led then, after 2 Brady throws to Branch, to a Gostowski field goal. That's the end of the first half, and it's 20-7. New England back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. Touchdowns in that first half. Now let's take a look at the NFL Mobile Recap presented by Verizon. The big play, the goal line stand 4th and goal from the 1, and Mike Tolbert is stopped by Mayo and others. And right after that, well, Brady took the Patriots down the field 99 yards for a touchdown. It's 20-7 at halftime, including a first half pick by Vince Wilfork.
Situational football. The Chargers on the 6-inch line, they can't get it in because of the good defensive play and penetration by the New England defense. And then maybe the most impressive thing of the first half, how about those couple plays? 9 seconds to go. The Patriots somehow figure out they get 2 plays out of it, they get a long field goal. Those two situations, difference in the game.
That's Edelman, who awaits the kick from Novak. Novak drills this one to about 3 yards deep. Edelman tripped up first by Goodman. Only makes it out to the 15. Stuckey on the tackle. How about Wilfork's running? What did you think of the big man?
Well, listen, it's impressive. The hands. Vince Wilfork, probably in high school, early in his career, was probably a running back. I'm serious. But he just, there's a lot of movement going on in that body. That's everybody's. But, like a lot of defensive linemen in the NFL, the really good ones, they just get so big, sooner or later they got to put their hand on the ground, and that's Vince Wilfork. Great memory for him, catching it and running.
I know he was a discus and shot put man in track in high school. Here's Brady. Unloads it to Gronkowski, who's got a running lane. Past the 30, past Jammer, and Weddle pushes him out. Another big gain for the Pats.
The Patriots lead the NFL in plays where they just make it happen. Gronkowski on the outside. Oh, I got the blitzer. The blitzer says, man, I beat you. Sorry, it's a screen. And look at all the open space. And how about the blocking down the field? Wes Welker, throw your body on the ground. Oh, they have 2 guys to do it. Waters, Welker, both hit the ground. That enables Gronkowski to get about 20 extra yards.
Yeah, it goes for 30 overall. Green Ellis off the right side and right to the midfield mark. Picks up 5. First half, Rivers threw for 196, the costly pick. And Brady at 240. All right, no quarterback. We've had 11 in history throw for 500, and you're one of them. In fact, he just inched above you into 5th all-time single performance. You dropped back to 6th last week.
You know what was sad? I thought about it late in the game. I said, I hope he doesn't get another completion.
You did?
I don't know.
You admit to that.
I know I do. I usually don't care. He had 5'11". I said, good, keep him behind me and stuff.
Here's Brady. Oh, he's hit low. Look out. He got hit below the knee by Gray, and it looked like Phillips was in there too. And we have a player down. It's LeBoy for the Chargers, but watch this hit after the throw.
Antonio Gray did fall and was going down.
But it's not Brady who's injured. It's LeBoy of the Chargers on the left of your screen. We've got an injury timeout. As LeBoy walking it off. It was an 8-yard pass play to Welker for a first down. And again, Brady took a hit that looked very dangerous.
Oh, it was. It was close.
Got first down at the 42 of the Chargers. And Green Ellis drop back for a loss of a yard.
Just to show you how close Tom Brady, watch his left knee. He steps to plant Antonio Gray, but Brady's foot comes out of the ground. That's what saved him. And LeBoy, 99, runs into his own guy coming around, runs into Sean Phillips.
Ooh.
So that's what hurt him. That's what hurt him. So Antonio Gray hit him with his arm so hard, I actually think that's what lifted Tom Brady's left foot off the ground.
It's 2nd and 11. And they're pointing to the left side of the
False start, number 82, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Dan Gronkowski called for that. Well, Blue Bloods season premiere with Tom Selleck this Friday. New season with a special performance by Tony Bennett and Carrie Underwood. Tom Selleck's show returns on Friday. Season premiere here, only CBS. Makes a 2nd and 16 after the 5-yard step off to the 49. Branch. He's going to cut to the inside and dives to the 37. Here's what I wanted to show you right here. Brady to number 5 all time. And Boomer at 522.
What's up next to Boomer's? Oh, it's a little asterisk.
Yeah, and there's our Dan Marino at 521. Well, Boomer threw in that game for 423 yards in regulation.
Right.
But then there were another 99 yards picked up in the overtime.
And does that count? Is that official?
It counts. It's official. You want to take it away from him?
No.
First time I've ever
Boomer.
seen you run a graphic machine and put an asterisk in there. That was really devious. Third down. 3rd and 5. And that pass incomplete. Gronkowski trying to reach around Kaysen. Kaysen able to break it up.
Yeah, good tight coverage that time. It's Gregory, the safety, that's on him one-on-one. Chargers, they've been close. But the extra time Brady gets on a few of the plays, he's moved, and that extra time has allowed the Patriot wide receivers to get that separation.
First punt of the game for Mesko. Angles this to the side. Walter stays away from it. Good job by Mesko. Placed that one right at the 6-yard line. 32-yard punt. Getting it done.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. FedEx. FedEx does more than shipping. FedEx, solutions that matter. And by KFC Popcorn Chicken. Today tastes so good.
Aerial coverage of today's game provided by DirecTV. Chargers have not started a drive beyond their own 25. They've kept it 18 plays the last 2 possessions, but did not come away with anything. As Tolbert tries to bounce off the hit, there's still nothing there. It was Ninkovich first and McCourty last. A loss of a yard.
I think once the Patriots iron out this 4-3 defense and get more time with it, they're going to be tougher to run against. But just think about it. What did Norv Turner say? When you, Hainsworth, Will Fork inside, Sean Ellis, all the years he's played, he knows how to stop the run and protect the gap.
2nd and 11 on the end zone. Open. Tolbert. Butts heads out to the 14. Couple yards short of the first.
I will say this about Phillip Rivers when you watch him, Jim. What's it look like to the quarterback? He sees the defense retreat. It's right away, get rid of it. And, of course, a little flinch to protect himself, which is what just natural all quarterbacks do.
Malcolm Floyd has not been out for these 2 snaps. At halftime, we heard it's a groin injury, questionable to return in this game. So Malcolm Floyd had made 2 big catches to set up San Diego's touchdown. 3rd and 2. And Jackson secures it, has the first. Gain of 8.
Good protection for Phillip Rivers this time. There's the defense. They're looking to help inside, but that's tough. When you put linebackers, that time it was Gerard Mayo, when they're inside and they're trying to help against wide receivers like Vincent Jackson, even though you have him double team in the sense of it, it's not going to work.
Jackson has a 100-yard game after a quiet week against Minnesota, and that's Matthews, who ran well the first couple of plays of the game. This time he gains 3. You can keep up with the NFL when you're on the go. The NFL's mobile apps are all new for the 2011 season. Go to NFL.com/mobile to learn more. $15 rushes, 20 pass plays for Rivers, who's over 200 yards, 213. Looking for more here on 2nd down. And it's Matthews squirting a little bit past Sergio Brown. And coming up just shy of a first, gain of 6. Again, Antonio Gates has not caught a ball in this game. In fact, he has not even been thrown to once.
I keep watching, and ever since we've talked about it, there's been nothing special. So it's just one-on-one. They're trying to hit him at the line of scrimmage there, but you can see it's a zone defense. Phillip Rivers sees that it is, dumps it quick underneath.
3rd and less than a yard. They go inside. They have it with Hester. Crossed up the Patriots. And he gains 12.
Awesome play. I've seen the Chargers run this one, of course. Can't remember his last week in the preseason. But Jacob Hester, look at that blocking inside, too. Chris Dillman, Hardwick. Jacob Hester, a halfback or a tailback in college. Very good at taking that handoff and seeing the read and making the cuts. Not like most fullbacks in the NFL. They're not capable of doing that. They're blockers.
Longest running play of the game for San Diego. First down. Rivers sends it over to Matthews. Makes a couple of nifty moves to get near the first. Give him 9.
Boy, Matthews has been impressive today. I think what we're seeing, a guy that's why he was the first-round draft pick. And Phillip Rivers, the pocket collapses. But last week he threw it underneath the coverage against Minnesota, had great success, and he's kind of doing it this drive against this New England defense.
Matthews with 56 total yards, 36 on the ground on 6 carries. And he's in there. They fake to him. 2nd in the yard, going for the long ball to Jackson. Jackson tried to reel it in with his right arm and coming over to help break it up. McCourty was there along with Barrett, and the ball was knocked out.
Excellent 2nd and short. Go for the long play, knowing you can pick it up on 3rd and 4th, or hope you can. Good job of stepping up. Vincent Jackson never gets his left arm up there.
Well, there was a penalty on that play. On the far side of the field, it was a holding call for the 2nd time against Lee Bodden, which will give the Chargers another first down.
Against Brian Walters. Well, that's tough, but the contact, why it's called, it was about 7 yards down the field. 7 to 8 yards.
They made some secondary changes at New England this offseason, or this camp. Cutting Sanders, Will Hite, Darius Butler, and Brandon Merriweather all released. 1st and 10, and that's Matthews, another good piece of running. And taking it to the 27. Boy. Actually, you'll mark him back down at the 29.
Ryan Matthews fast enough to go outside, of course, but nice blocking. Chris Dillman comes across. How about that block? Vasquez, 65. Nice job, Phillip Rivers, recovering the bad snap. Mayo inside gets blocked.
I thought they spotted him about 2 yards shy of the actual yardage. Replay seemed to confirm it, but it's at the 29. Here he is again. First down, picks up 2. Turner's team in that first half squandered some good chances, big-time chances. Phillip Rivers telling us last night, we have to take advantage of it, finish it off in the red zone. We didn't do that. Tolbert, and that's good for a first.
Man, he is really showing his talent. This is a play Norv Turner in the Super Bowls of the Dallas Cowboys. Jay Novacek, Moose Johnson, and the running back coming out of the backfield just like we saw Tolbert do, and catching it and getting good yards again.
And they're back in the red zone again.
New England not able to get pressure on the quarterback here.
Rivers 5 of 5 on this drive. There's Gates, and he's picked off the first time they go to Gates. It's intercepted. Sergio Brown jumps in front of the Pro Bowler and makes the theft. Again, the Chargers break down inside the red zone. Has never had a 3-interception game in his career. It's the longest streak in the league since 1950. He's thrown 2 now. One when the ball was snapped at the New England 29. That one from the New England 17. On first down, the Patriots go with Green Ellis and a loss of a yard. Gray, who was hurt earlier, back out there, makes the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Right tackle Jeremy Clary against Sean Ellis, 94. Phillip Rivers is stepping up, going to his left. It takes something off the football, and it did. As I watched it, I thought he was open, but it took too long to get there. That's what caused the interception. Pressure on a quarterback is much more dangerous, of course, than getting sacked. Sacks can be overrated, but when you make a quarterback move like that, throw off balance, that's when you make the big plays.
Wait, 20.
Could be 2nd and 11, and Brady's pass knocked down. Spikes, bats it away. For the New England defense, the stop on 4th and less than a yard to go for a touchdown. The pick, ball was snapped just inside the 30 by Wilfork, and then they move into the red zone, and it's Sergio Brown with the interception that time. Third and 11 for Brady and the Patriots. They go 5 wide. Up over the top and incomplete. Looking for Welker. And that was Hughes who had him one-on-one.
Yeah, you knew the coverage, but what the Chargers said, to heck with it. Let's play some pressure. They get a little blitz, try to make contact at the line of scrimmage, and make Tom Brady make the perfect throw down the field. You can see the blitzers coming. He feels it, he senses it. Dante Hughes, good job of coverage on Wes Welker.
Brady has missed on his last 3 throws, and Mesco had pressure.
Oh, that was a big-time hold that time.
Walters brought down by Slater right away. The Patriot punter is down and signaling for some help from the sideline after releasing a 54-yard boomer. It was his own man, Ihedibo, who ran into him. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms back here, 3rd quarter at Gillette Stadium. No scoring since the intermission. Mesco, that knee took a hit from a teammate, Ihedibo, who's in there at safety. As the Chargers series begins with a running play with Matthews. Patrick Chung on that New England side has a hand injury, questionable to return. That's why Ihedibo is playing safety. It was Ihedibo, 44, who runs into Mesco right here. If Mesco is unable to go back out there, they would be calling on Gostowski to punt. That's the word we hear from New England. 2nd down and 5. And Rivers pass in the area of Jackson.
I think when we were talking to Norv Turner last night, Jim, as he talked about trying to run the football, if they could kind of get some success and pace the game in a certain way, it would be positive for them. And the Chargers, look at that, 83 yards. It's been a good day running the football. If you'd have said, we're going to have so many attempts here late in the 3rd quarter for 80-some yards, they go, wow, we must be winning the game.
Crowd rising here on a 3rd down play. Calling on that defense to make a stop on 3rd and 5, and San Diego will keep on marching. As Tolbert has it to the 50, picks up 9.
Is he impressive? What do you think, Jim, when you watch Tolbert catch the ball? It's not that he just catches it in his run. It's how easy he makes it look. 3rd and 5, he just gets out of the backfield. They kind of run the receivers inside, so it's tough for the linebacker to get out there fast enough to get to him.
He was limping after this too, Tolbert.
Albert Hainsworth came in there. He was rumbling. He just knocked his own man down.
And Hainsworth is slow to get up. So again, we'll take a break. Hainsworth on the sideline for the Patriots. San Diego out yardaging the Patriots, but down 13. Here is the flip to Matthews. And again, they take it to the New England side of the field. That picks up 6.
Well, that's just, you know, it's a coach 'em up play, good formation, spread them out just enough. The fake run inside, the flip by Phillip Rivers and Ryan Matthews.
Got another injury in the Patriots secondary, Ihedibo. Remember, they've already got Chung questionable, and Dowling was injured late in the first half, has not returned.
Right. This is full speed. Matthews coming downhill. Hard to see what happened. Just a lot of bodies. Andre Carter hustling. You know, so many times defensive players, especially defensive linemen, they hustle so much, they go to make the tackle. As they're doing it, they run into their own guy.
We've got an update. James Brown has it for us in New York. JB.
All right, Tony Romo out with a rib injury. John Kitna in, and
off of John Kitna interception, Alex Smith, he finds Delaney Walker, 29 yards touchdown, and 21-14 49ers.
All right, let's take it back to San Diego, New England. Jim Nance, Phil Simms.
All right, so Kitna's been picked twice coming in. Relief. Here's a second down play. 2nd and 4. From the New England 44. Slow to give it to Tolbert, who was swung down by Mayo. Holds him to about a yard. A little reminder, Saturday, the Home Depot SEC on CBS. We'll have the Arkansas Razorbacks tangling with the Alabama Crimson Tide, and it all begins with the Autotrader.com college football today. Brando.
Here we go.
Spencer Tillman. Big third down play. Ihedibo missed one snap. He's back out there.
Right. 20-7. Third down here. I would think Norv Turner is calling this play, thinking, hey, we might go for it on 4th down too.
Hainsworth is also back out there. Lined up over the left guard. 3rd and 2, and Rivers has a first down as Jackson makes the catch in front of Sergio Brown for 12.
Well, they guessed right. It was man-to-man coverage down the field. And once again, Vincent Jackson the inside. What's winning it for Vincent Jackson is at the snap of the ball, he is in perfect position, and the defensive back is always chasing him. The most physical man at the line of scrimmage usually wins, and that is absolutely number 83 so far today.
Yeah, 6 catches, 112 yards. The 31. The dump off pass. And Tolbert takes it for 9. How about this? 6 drives for the Chargers today. All 6 times they've taken it to the New England side of the field. They have only 7 points so far to show for it.
That says it all. 7 points.
It's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. 20-7, New England. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Never thought we'd see it. A scoreless quarter was just concluded. We start the 4th with San Diego in New England territory, deep 24-yard line. Jim Nance, Phil Simms. 2nd and 3. He's looking for Gates, and incomplete, and a flag. Going to be on Sergio Brown.
Pass interference, number 31. Defense. First down.
Well, the defense is aggressive down here. Phillip Rivers saw it. He checks to this. Antonio Gates definitely had the step on Sergio Brown. I guess it's the locked arms. That's what the official saw. When they locked arms, That's the penalty. That's what he saw, and I'll tell you, I think it's a good call.
20-yard penalty, first and goal. Tolbert's the running back. Tolbert, the carrier. Right into the middle of that line, and he is jammed for just a gain of a yard. And they punch it across this time. Remember, in the first half, went for it on 4th and goal from about a foot away.
Well, in these type of situations, Jim, defensive linemen in the NFL, it's so hard to really move them out. So this is where a mobile quarterback helps, or you call a play that catches the defense off guard. I think that's a big part of red zone offense in the NFL.
On 2nd and goal, play action. Rivers looking now, trying to get away from the heat. Still running with it. Ninkovich coming after him, and Rivers is knocked out at about the 2.
Phillip Rivers had the time. The protection is awesome. Sean Ellis taken out. He steps up. If he made his mind up just a split second earlier, I think he's going to make it. Trying to throw it to Vincent Jackson. They got him double covered. This side doesn't really matter because that play was set up to throw it to number 83. The Patriots were ready with 2 defenders on it.
They spot it at the 3. 3rd and goal. All kinds of time. Back of the end zone. Touchdown. Vincent Jackson.
That's unbelievable play by Rivers. It is. The protection, give the line credit, but man, to stand there and keep patting those feet and waiting. And it basically, once he locks onto Vincent Jackson, he's waiting. Change directions, go the other way. It's impossible to cover somebody like that this long. And Vincent Jackson did not go out of bounds either. I was wondering, did he step out of the back of the end zone? No.
That offensive line doing a good job for Phillip Rivers, giving him all kinds of time.
Really, they're pass protecting better today than they did last week.
Novak, Cypress on the hold. Extra point, good. 6-point game. Vincent Jackson, 7th catch of the day, goes for a touchdown. (20-14). Patriots over the Chargers. What did you make out of that drive?
That was like a lot with San Diego today. The best thing to say is gritty. If they wouldn't have scored that touchdown, Jim, I thought they would go for it on 4th down because they're 2 possessions down at 20-7. You'd still be down 2 at 20-10.
Novak as Edelman backpedaling, and Slater comes over and says, just go ahead and down it. Brady will start at the 20. Could you do me a favor? Could you bring a little attitude to the dance on Wednesday night for Inside the NFL? I don't want to see any smiles out of you guys, all right?
Really?
No. Well, tell that to Warren, will you?
Warren smiled.
Okay. Inside the NFL every Wednesday on Showtime. A lot of attitude.
You know what? I'll smile when Chris Collinsworth says something funny. How's that?
How long do I have to wait? I think he says something funny all the time.
Really? You might be right.
1st and 10 from the 20. And Green Ellis straight ahead for 12.
Tom Brady looking off on the touchdown throw to Wes Welker. It made the safety sit in the middle. It made him pat his feet. And when you get a defender just looking at you, you can throw it anywhere you want.
That's Hernandez. And he's out to the 46. Picks up 15.
Patriots going into hurry-up offense. They want to get some rhythm back. They want to get in the game. Make the San Diego defense, keep them off balance. Seems like when the Patriots slow it down, it's not that they become predictable, but they're just not as dynamic.
There's Hernandez again. He falls at the 50, picks up 5. How do you control that tempo? That's what San Diego was talking about in our meetings.
Yeah, they tried to get defensive backs as running backs, everything trying to get it going as fast as they could. It's hard to duplicate, and the big thing is spreading the field against the linebackers. Underneath throws are open.
Brady backpedaling and throwing it over the head of Branch. They've got a flag. They got to Brady, maybe knocked him down too late, roughing the quarterback, maybe on Thomas.
Holding, number
Nope.
72, offense. 10-yard penalty, it's still second down.
All right, so Matt Light called for it.
Matt Light, left tackle. Against Jacques Césaire. Out. It's that second movement. Everything was fine. His arms were locked out. He was in good position, and when Brady moved, that's when the hold came about. Coverage excellent down the field that time by the San Diego Chargers.
Need to get to the 45 of San Diego for a first. 2nd and 15. Take the Woodhead over to Welker with blockers in front. And he stumbles a bit, stays on his feet. Out to the 49.
See, Jim, you know, I said it earlier, coach plays. In other words, draw it up where the coach is going to put you in a situation where you can get good yards. That's what that last play was.
Hurry up here on 3rd and 4, and it's incomplete. Wow, they tried to catch the Chargers in that, again, no huddle attack. And they still have the offense out there.
Bill Belichick thinking about going for it, keeping them on the field.
Remember that punter Mesco injured his knee. We were told it was probable he would return if called on, but they're going to go for it. They're showing going for it.
I would punt it. I would punt it. Back them up, make them go the length of the field to take the lead.
Well, here we go. It's for real, and the pass is incomplete, and the Chargers take over at midfield. Wow, big turn of events here. San Diego down 6 will take over on downs at the 49. Well, the San Diego Chargers have so far blanked the Patriots in this second half. Their defense makes the stop as New England went for it on 4th and 4. So first down from their own 49, and Rivers has an open man. That's Matthews plowing ahead inside of the 40, picks up 12.
The quick third down by Tom Brady trying to catch the defense off guard. The football is tipped by Sean Phillips. How about that play? Then on 4th down, Quentin Jammer, they want pass interference. Nothing there. Good job. And Bill Belichick must have thought, hey, we're not going to punt it. I have no faith. And I just said to Jim, Tom Brady can stay back there, catch it, and punt it inside the 20
Yeah,
for
you
you.
would think there'd be somebody that can punt it 30, 40 yards.
Well, he went
in the
for it
air.
on 4th in Indianapolis. He did it again here.
Matthews takes it down to the 33, and we've got an update from New York. James Brown.
Shaw to Johnson is a familiar call.
And no doubt right here, Andre Johnson wide open in the corner. Matt Shaw, 23-yarder. Texans up 23-13 in Miami.
10:06 left in regulation. Back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
Now the 7th catch of that game for Andre Johnson, trying to counter the rookie Thomas of Miami, who was over 100 rushing.
How about wide receivers? What a day. Running backs, that's a big one too.
They're going running back here on the ground. Tolbert backpedaling. Ball's out. Ball is out. Tolbert made a suspect move backpedaling, and he lost the football as well, and it's recovered by Ninkovich. The 3rd giveaway of the game by the Chargers.
North Turner said, why'd you go back for? Go up inside. Oh, the running lane is there. If you watch that play, it was there. He would have plowed ahead for 4 or 5 yards. But the back pedal.
Look at Tillman.
And look at Mayo go over the top and hit the football. What a play by Gerard Mayo.
Tolbert was tangled up, had a leg tangled up with Tolbert.
If he would have stayed on the side of the run and broke it out just a little bit, he's going to rumble in there for 5 yards at least.
Patriots come back with Green Ellis, who is met right away by Spikes. Spikes, what did you think of Spikes coming over this way with San Diego this season? We met with him.
Well, Takeo Spikes, leadership, toughness. How about this? He's been with the Chargers basically 5 weeks. Coming from San Francisco, voted the captain. I think that says a lot about him.
He said, I needed San Diego as much as they needed me. Ecstatic to be there, a leader. 2nd down and 11.
Chance to win.
Brady's got time again, and he's got an open man. He just rifled it to Branch, who was chased out of bounds by Jammer, who was trying to come up and pop the ball out, but Branch had good hold of it. Picks up 33.
Yeah, the right play at the right time against the perfect defense.
And they're back to the line of scrimmage again in a hurry. Branch having a big day. 129 yards as Brady has another connection with Welker. And another first down.
Now you got Wes Welker with lots of room against a linebacker. Who's going to win? Wes Welker wide open.
A gain of 12, and they're inside the 20. Ocho Cinco to the left. Branch to the right. Brady's pass to the end zone, and it is a touchdown. Gronkowski for the 2nd time. This is a perfect example of what Brady told us on Friday. He says, you throw it in there, this kid's hands are so big, I feel like he's going to swallow it up every time.
Well, we've seen it twice today, that's for sure.
Robert Kraft, son Jonathan, Leslie Mundus. And they're going to stay on the field with their offensive unit, go for 2 here at the 8:40 mark.
Yeah, this is the right call here. 8:40 to go in the game, go for 2 to give yourself the 2 touchdown lead. If you miss, still 2 touchdowns have to be scored by the San Diego Chargers to win.
Woodhead dives ahead and has the 2-point conversion. 61-yard drive following the fumble. Look at Gronkowski. His 2nd touchdown of the day. He's got 3 now in the first 2 games, and Tolbert knows he helped the cause for the Patriots with that fumble. The big game for young Rob, the youngest in the NFL, that is. He's got another brother. Chris plays for the Indianapolis Colts.
Indianapolis Colts.
How do you produce all of this talent?
I don't know.
I want family.
I want to meet the mom and dad, that's for sure. But a brother at Kansas State and one that played professional baseball. You know, the touchdown, when you look at it, Jim, it's the fumble first by Tolbert. Oh, the backtracking, I'll tell you, that is going to be a nightmare watching film. But arm strength, when you watch it, top of your screen, right down the middle, Tom Brady just fires it in there before the defensive back can make the play. Showing that he was a baseball pitcher when he was young. Man, he's good follow through. And then Danny Woodhead, how about that cut? We talked about it. Able to read the blocks, get inside and get that 2-point conversion. But Rob Gronkowski said, what a difference to us from last year to this year. He goes, when I went out in the field in Miami, it was incredible how much more confident I was.
9 catches on the year, 3 have gone for touchdowns. Rivers on first down. Again, the pocket is sealed. Thinking he's going to dump it off to Tolbert. Breaks away for a moment from Ninkovich, and he's down after a gain of 6. Patrick Chung has, after missing about a quarter of the action here, is back out in the secondary for New England. He's got a brace, it looks like, on his right hand. Remember, he injured that hand He's missed a lot of the time here today. The 2nd and 4. And Tolbert with Mayo trying to hold his ground. And let's see about the spot. It'll be right there for a first down. Next Sunday, regional action split 8 ways early. Many will see Houston against New Orleans. New England's up at undefeated Buffalo. Some will get the game late with the Jets at Oakland. It all begins with the NFL today, next Sunday, noon Eastern time, right here on CBS. So Tom Brady, after 4 touchdowns Monday night, has 3 more today. Halfway through the 4th quarter. First down throw across the middle, and boy, that will look dangerous. But nearly a grab by Walters.
I'm not sure who it was to. Was it to Antonio Gates and overthrown, or Walters behind? I think it's to number 85 in the middle of the screen. Coming across, trying to throw it soft. No, he's throwing to the backside in cut. I was wrong.
Ooh, that could have been caught.
Oh, absolutely could have been caught.
Should have been caught.
Phillip Rivers anticipates guys going across the field like that better than anybody in the NFL, and will throw it up in there high and soft to give his guys a chance to catch it.
Gates is out with his snap. Again, held without a catch. That pass, batted down. Jackson looking around saying, wait a minute. It's McCourty defending.
Think about this San Diego offense, so Jim, not making excuses for him. Good coverage, top of your screen. Devin McCourty against Vincent Jackson. Physical. That's what gives him a chance to make this play. But Malcolm Floyd, basically after 1 drive, out of the game. That really hurts. Antonio Gates not being a factor at all, and really not running well. I'm not sure if he's bothered by something.
He was healthy coming in.
Yeah, not separating though down the field.
3rd and 10. Rivers has the first down. That was a must. And it's Vincent Jackson who's having a monster performance here.
Well, watching him last week, Vincent Jackson against Minnesota, you just watch him run down the field and you go, it's awesome. He's graceful, fast, dynamic. You know, you usually can't get all these things in one, but he has them all.
Vincent Jackson, 8 catches, which ties a career high. Rivers over 300, looking for more, and it's Jackson again, and inside the New England 40.
What can Devin McCourty do? You hit him at the line of scrimmage, bottom of your screen. You're in good position. That little lean into him and the anticipation of throwing the football.
That play for 18. Corey Sperry has come in. He's in the slot to the left. He's listed as the 3rd tight end with Gates on the sideline, and Rivers rolling away. Carter chasing after him, and Rivers will go ahead and step out near a first down. I think he's got it.
Really good job by Phillip Rivers. He knows the situation, and as he went out there, he figured, okay, he knows he's got the time. What he was doing, he was looking for the big one. He's looking for the shot. You can tell there's no pressure around him. He's not looking for the throw it in the flat and get 5 yards. Then finally, good timing, runs with the football.
And he scrambles for 11. And a new set of downs at the 26 as we move within 6 minutes. Gets all kinds of time, goes to the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. What a grab by Jackson. One arm catch from 26 yards. It looked like a Patriot defender was standing there thinking, I'm going to make the pick. And Jackson comes flying through and reels it in.
You got it. Vincent Jackson just comes out of nowhere, shakes to the inside. I thought Rivers was trying to throw this to the back of the end zone to Walters.
Look at 24, Arrington. He thinks he's going to make a pick.
He's going to catch it, and what a just run through the catch by Vincent Jackson.
You want me to get that ball to ball? Hey, you all right? Bob? Hey, you all right?
Rivers up to 353 yards passing. Vincent Jackson has career numbers in both catches and yardage. And here's Novak to bring him within 7, 28-21. Vincent Jackson, 10 catches, 172 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and the Chargers are within a touchdown. All right, Bill, so as you look out there with 5:40 to go, Philip Rivers taking him 80 yards in 8 plays. The first quarterback to ever have 3 straight 300-yard passing games against New England in regular season play.
Wow, listen, this play, Jim, is under review. I never even looked at it like, oh, it's not a catch for touchdown.
How can it be after the point after?
That's a great point. I don't know, what the heck am I thinking about?
They are reviewing something right now. I mean, once the extra point, once they snap it for the extra point, it's supposed to be in the books.
Chargers have 11 on offense, so it can't be that they had too many men on the field. But again, definitely a catch, it looks like, from what we can see. Is there something that went wrong with the point after?
You know, I think they're reviewing how many men were on the field
For the Patriots,
point after.
the extra point, there we go.
It's the only thing they can be reviewing. The other play, it's 2 plays ago. That's final.
The try is good.
Yep. They were reviewing the try. They were counting the players. They were asking for the replay of the try to see how many players were on the field. So everything's cool there. 28-21, 5:40 to go. And I'm looking back at the returner for New England is Welker. And he's standing at the 15-yard line.
That's right. Look at all the defenders or receivers for the Patriots up. This is where, if your special teams, if you have that kick where you can kick it to the right or left of Wes Welker, and it'll be hard for everybody to get in position to block, and you can pin New England, you know, down inside the 15-yard line.
The officials have told us that they thought that maybe the Chargers had too many men on the field on the PAT. Not the case. So Novak will put it on the tee.
Let's see if the Chargers have a play ready for this, or do they just kick it out of the back of the end zone? I think they should definitely kick it to one side or the other and try to get those extra few yards.
Drive it over the head of Welker. And he'll chase after it, watch it go on through the back of the end zone out to the 20. And again, those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. Chargers and Patriots in a 7-point game here. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms on the scene. 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately after the game, except on the West Coast, where it'll be seen at its regularly scheduled time.
Well, you don't have to pressure it if you're the San Diego defense. In other words, you have to come out here and act like it's desperation time. You still have 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning, 5:40 to go. You can play it safe here for a first down or 2. What you need more than anything is quick pressure on Tom Brady. Bill Cowher said if you want to stop him, one of his ways in the pregame show, pressure him up the middle. They have not done that today.
Green Ellis with the handle for about 4. Aaron Hernandez was not on the field for that snap, and he's got a knee injury suffered on that last drive. They say probable to return.
Well, Jim, we'll look at Philip Rivers on the touchdown throw to Vincent Jackson. A couple things. He is a tremendously accurate downfield thrower. He has that short throwing motion, and he uses his body probably as good or better than any quarterback in the league. That's why he can get it down there, and it's like a 15-yard throw to him when he throws it down there 40 yards. So using his body, good lesson for all young quarterbacks. Makes you more accurate.
2nd and 7. That's a first down and a flag. Welker. Play went for 13.
Used to be Wes Welker, strictly an inside receiver.
Holding, number 20, defense. Penalty has declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Not anymore. He is capable of getting outside. He's strong. I know he's not tall or big or anything, but this guy is strong. And a little holding there by Antoine Casey. That's a pretty tough call, but it doesn't matter. I said to Bill Belichick, you know, Jim, I noticed it. He's back from what he was 2 years ago. Got over the injury, fast, quick, getting it done.
And to think his NFL career began in San Diego, played one game, an undrafted free agent, was a kick returner in one game, and then they waived him. Green Ellis. Mankins was out in front of him. And he's just across the 40, picks up 5. Well, this story of the tight ends for New England, it goes back really to the start of last year. Hernandez had the first touchdown. Gronkowski caught 2 then. You go back to game 1 a year ago against Cincinnati. Gronkowski's first ever NFL catch was a touchdown. They have now caught tight ends at New England 23 touchdowns in the last 18 regular season games.
Well, they've always believed in throwing it to the tight end here in New England, except for that little stretch with Randy Moss.
Green Ellis fighting hard, try to get to that first down. We'll give him 4, and he's a yard shy as we move within 4 minutes of the finish line.
Well, of course, San Diego could use a stop here. That goes without saying. You know what, though? If they stop them right here and they don't gain an inch, I would expect Bill Belichick to line up and try it again.
Because of Mesco?
No, I think now he wants to win the game. Let me backtrack there. 45, no, I think he punt.
Everybody in tight. Green Ellis, and second effort picks up the first. Gain of 2. Both teams have all their timeouts.
Well, here's where the defense now. Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. Gronkowski leading up in there, but just good hard running. Ben Jarvis gets it done. But now your defense and your thinking has to change, Jim. With your timeouts, a 2-minute warning, where they are in the football field, you got to get up there and be aggressive and take a chance.
The throw and almost picked up, and then on the rebound, it's Welker. Jammer jumped in front, had a hand on it, and Welker makes the catch. They're saying complete. No, I couldn't quite tell. So,
oh man, that was a tough decision. This is a running play. It's a running play with the addition to the quick throw to the backside if you want it. Tom Brady decides to go with the throw.
So stops the clock. That's a big thing. 2:34. Second down and 10. Play action. Brady. Pass. Gronkowski. Weddle trying to bring him down, and he is just going to fight for every inch. 29 yards to Rob Gronkowski.
Just a mix-up by the defense, Jim. You see when you come out with so many formations, using the tight ends and bunching them together, Gronkowski goes across the field basically uncovered. Eric Weddle notices it and then tries to chase him down, but too late.
And that puts Brady over 400. That's how you back up 5-17. 423 yards. 6th in history to have 400 plus in consecutive games.
Well, as you sit here today and watch the game, as we were getting ready, we talked about it for a few days. When you see it in person, can you see the difference in these 2 second-year tight ends? we've talked about their confidence, but they both can run.
Talk about those 6 now who have gone over 400 consecutive games. You're one of them. A toss, Green Ellis. Off a San Diego timeout, that snap, that picks up 3. Marino, Matt Castle, Dan Fouts, Billy Volek, and now Tom Brady.
Billy Volek with the Tennessee Titans.
2-minute warning. Spanos, chairman of the board and president of the San Diego Chargers, hoping his defense can somehow come up with some sort of stop or takeaway. His dad, Alex, watching back home in Stockton right now. And a second down from the 21. Chargers have 2 timeouts. Looked like they were lined up across that neutral zone.
Oh boy. Got to always be alert in these situations. Tom Brady. Last week, Phillip Rivers on the last drive of the game got 3 offside penalties against Minnesota with hard snap counts.
Neutral zone infraction, number 76, defense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Well, this for Norv Turner. Well, let's listen to Tom Brady first.
88! Black! 88!
And Cam Thomas, he took the bait. Second down and 2.
That was definitely a hard count, and it worked. Save it until you need it.
Reaching out, and Green Ellis has it, and he's taken off to the end zone. Well, they came in here having won 9 consecutive regular season games. The last team to beat them in the regular season, Cleveland. In all 9 of those games, they were over 30 points. And they're a minute and change away from making it 10 straight and all over 30 as Green Ellis takes it home.
Yeah, it's just so many good blocks. Logan Mankins, Rob Gronkowski, Matt Light leading the way. Look at him, 72. Green Ellis goes untouched into the end zone. Oh, excellent job by Matt Light pulling out there and getting the block.
Gostowski good. Well, if you're Rivers, you're saying at least we're going to get a chance to get the ball back. 1:54 to go. New England was showing no signs of doing anything to give it back to them. There's the Jets over the Jags. A runaway win today. Great catch by Holmes. Tennessee over the Ravens, who were flat off that big win against Pittsburgh last week.
No question.
And Ryan Fitzpatrick, I'll tell you, he's becoming pretty darn good in this league. You know, the 4 touchdowns last week, 3 more today. He hit Nelson there, you see on the right side with the game winner. It was a 4th and 1 play, and they beat the Raiders, who squandered a huge lead in that game. 21-3 at one time. Oakland and Buffalo came back to improve to 2-0 on the year. Branch with 6 catches, 129 yards. Ocho Cinco with a couple of grabs in this one. That's Goodman. He's got a running start from the goal line. Oh boy, does he meet Tracy White head on.
Tracy White, excellent special teams player, backup linebacker. This game is over. You look at this game today, the San Diego Chargers will be more frustrated now than they were when they came into this game because of the opportunities that they did not take advantage of. The New England Patriots, they're proving to you, if you make mistakes on the offense, you can't outscore them. That's what it's about.
Rivers with a lot of Patriots around him, able to unload it. Matthews out of bounds. Comes into Arrington at the 24. And no Gates on the field. Arrington shaken up. We've had a lot of players get nicked in this one.
You know, too, Jim, people look at it, yeah, there are a lot of nicks in these games, and a lot of it just comes from the fact there's so much passing. So we're talking about guys getting it into the field, there's the running. You know, defensive players are getting 20-yard running starts running and making these tackles.
Head been back.
Yeah, he lowered his helmet. But it just makes sense, doesn't it? You know, more space, more passing, spread it from sideline to sideline, and just the chances of bigger hits and collisions, they're going up.
You've always told me that the first 3-4 weeks of the season, the players are playing at the highest speed.
Optimum level, feeling good, fast, eager, enthusiastic, you name it.
First down again, over to Matthews. Takes the middle of the field. Nice piece of running here. Weaving out to the 37. Ball's out. They roll him down so McCourty can just stop the run back.
Two things, though, Jim. You're right. Players are healthy. They're faster. And the uncertainty, because you're still trying to figure out what everybody is doing. So you get caught by a surprise on both sides of the football.
Arrington getting that attention on the bench. Secondary's taking some hits here today as Rivers look out from behind. Ball is out. Kyle Love, I believe, fell on it.
That's Anderson, 95. He's the guy that the Patriots hope they can give that pass rushing pressure for. He did it last week. Top of your screen, just keeps working against Jeremy Clary. Offensive tackle did a wonderful job. Phillip Rivers never felt him coming from behind.
Through 2 weeks, this is looking like quite a pickup for the Patriots.
Oh, it is. Norv Turner singled him out last night in making sure they kept working on him and getting the protection because he's the one he feared.
It was Love on the recovery and the fourth takeaway of the game by that Patriot defense that will end it. With just a minute to go. And Green Ellis adds 2 yards to the total. And Chargers coming up now will take on Kansas City. It has been just a debacle for the Chiefs the first 2 weeks.
How about that? Miami at Denver, that's what you call, that's a schedule that you got to look at as a Charger fan and go, we got a chance.
To be 4-1.
That's right.
Then they'll come back east. They've got 4 games this year in the Eastern time zone. They'll be at the New York Jets on October 23rd.
Well, once you find out, when you're playing the elite teams in the NFL, margin of error is very small. Chargers made way too many mistakes today. The Patriots, they're going to look at it and go, offense was good. The defense, we got to keep improving.
Well, 4 giveaways, none on the other side, including a goal line stop on top of it. Adds up to a New England victory. They've never lost a home opener in this stadium. 10-0 now. 35-21 is your final. Brady posts some more magnificent numbers. 31 of 40, 423, 3 touchdowns, no picks. 60 Minutes coming up, followed by back-to-back episodes of The Good Wife and then CSI Miami. Brady has now won 29 straight regular season games at home. For Phil Simms and all the crew, Jim Nantz saying so long from Foxborough. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.